Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. How are you all doing? Hope you're having a good week so far. Happy Wednesday. Oh, it's nice to be nice to be back. So yes, some of you probably already aware that I've just had a week away in Cyprus, hence the reason for this flight today. And yeah, it was lovely. The weather was absolutely perfect, which is what you want, isn't it? You don't want to go on holiday and be be stuck inside because it's cold, wet, and raining. Pretty much like Mouldy Guitars has just said it is in Barnsley right now, and as I'm very close to you, mate. Yeah, I feel you. It's also a bit windy as well where we are. There's a few gusts around the UK at the minute, particularly around the coastal areas and the southwest. But we're going to forget all that. We are currently sat on the ground in Athens, where it was absolutely boiling. So I loaded into the sim, and it was, I checked the cabin, well, it's 30 degrees here, and I checked the temperatures, and these were at 70, which is ridiculous. So quickly we left the APU running, we turned the pack flow up too high, and we just tried to freeze the cabin back out because it was incredibly hot. No passengers want to get on board, no pilots want to get on board that. So yeah, our flight today is between Athens and Larnaca, which is where I was 48 hours ago. I was departing Larnaca. Our flight times were rubbish, which meant yesterday I'd been up about 36 hours. But yeah, it's always nice to do something different. And whilst we were at Larnaca, I saw the Cyprus Airways. They've only got a couple of A320s, I think, they're currently active. And I just thought that livery, it's so simple, but it's really nice. You know, it's very understated. It's just a nice, classy design. And I thought that's a perfect way to spend a Wednesday afternoon with you guys. So yeah, here we are at Athens, and we're going to head southeast over to Larnaca. Loads of Greek islands beneath us, decent weather, fun, nice, happy company. So should be a great way to spend the afternoon. So well done, welcome to all you guys coming on. I can see Mouldy Guitars, I say, is in. Jayhawk and DC, good afternoon to you guys as well. Kabalas of Cars, you obviously loving Greece and Cyprus. Glad you're here. Jack Sparks over on Twitch. Mate, thanks for the bit. I really appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Plane Spotting Barry also in the chat. And Mark's here too. Fantastic. Mouldy Guitars says, just tried airline flight with SayIntentions into Nice. Sadly, SayIntentions vexed you into the mountains. Never good when that happens. Although when stuff like that does happen, always report stuff back to them, because whatever it is that's caused that, I'm pretty certain they can fix it very quickly. They pretty much update things on a daily basis. We did have Cyprus. Do you know what, Mouldy Guitars? I was very sad because the day we went away, we actually flew from Birmingham, and the day we went, it was 32 degrees here. So we left the UK. It's the only time I think I've ever gone on holiday, and stepping onto the plane was warmer than when I stepped off the plane down in Cyprus. So yeah, it was weird. It wasn't like that when we came back though. Obviously we left beautiful 27 degrees, and we arrived back at 4 AM in the morning at Birmingham. It was cold, wet, damp, raining, and yeah, not great. Hey Mark Burgess, good to see you as well. Can Aviation, thank you for joining us. So yeah, our afternoon flight, it's about an hour and a half flight time. We're gonna get going soon. We've got cabin crew around, I think. Let's just check with the lads or lasses, whoever it is today. Hey, who have we got working in the cabin for us on today's flight? So I don't know who we've got. We'll find out. If
Captain easyJet sim pilot Mason Hart here, your lead flight attendant from Austin, Texas.
Mason,
ready to keep the cabin smooth and the passengers smiling.
Okay, well, we've just turned the temperatures down because I noticed it is very hot in the cabin. So if you want to wait a few minutes before we start boarding, let's let the aircraft cool down a little bit. Yeah, I don't want complaints.
Understood, Captain. We'll hold off on boarding for a few minutes to let the cabin cool down.
Great stuff. Okay, so we are in our normal turnaround phase of flight. So a couple of things that we'll check, just the usual stuff. So on the overhead, yeah, we've got the pumps off. We've got APU running. We've got external power on as well, but we've got APU running just because of that, just because of the temperatures, and want to get the temperatures down. So they are all fine. What else have we got then? Just come down here. Want to check our spoilers, flaps, parking brakes. They're all good. We are squawking standby 2000. Acupressure is almost in the green, and we'll get the current ATIS as well. I don't think we have got any ATC at the moment. No, once we're airborne, we might get some. We'll get SayIntentions to take over the ATC. Whilst we're on the ground, though, we'll obviously be on. We shall obviously be on Unicom. Robert May, thank you for joining the channel. Welcome to channel membership, the best way to support the channel through the membership, so I really appreciate that. And yeah, very, very kind of you. J-Hog says he's now got a girl. Wow, that was was it too hot for you? Yeah, too hot for J-Hog. He's out of here. Hey gaming gang, good to see you as well. Right, let's have a look at the operational flight plan and see what is happening on our flight today. There we go. All right, so we're not that heavy. What about 13.5 ton of payload? We're underloaded, so that's fine. Good look at the docks then, J-Hog. Hope all is well. Even more so if it's for your better half. Cost index today of 33. We're obviously on easyJet, so pushing the boat out with a cost index of 33. Paphos is the alternate. Small tailwind today. The Tropo's 40,000 feet, so we're not going to get above that, I don't think. And we are expected to be 1 hour 24 in the air today. Off runway 03 right. Well, that's actually just changed since the OFP was created. They're not on the 3s, they're now on the 2-1. So we're actually going to go off 2-1 left today, so we can ignore that. Hey Scott, good to see you, mate. Yeah, we can ignore that. We're still going to be doing the key departure though, so it's going to be key 1 November for us now. And then we're coming in on the Bunnock 1 Romeo and the ILS approach. I think we're doing the RMP approach. Today it's just nice, and basically we fly right over the airport, we circle around. I'll show you the charts later, but we circle around, you get a good view of the airport, and it's really cool. So that could be good fun. All right, so plug fuel is close to 6 tons, and Place Spotify says we're making to think about him starting a flight. Been a while since you flew because of all the studies in Flight 3. Plane Spotting Barrett, jump in, just come and join us on the flight. We're on VATSIM, so come fly alongside us. So yeah, I can see now it's 1.9. That's okay. Let's have a look at the weather. What we got in Larnaca. I'm not expecting anything bad in Larnaca, to be fair. The weather's just settled at the minute. Yeah, so visibility is fine. Cab okay. 27 degrees, pretty much exactly what it was all of last week whilst I was there. That is fine. I haven't got any concerns with that at all. And just a quick look to double check. I don't think we've got any terrain on the route to worry about. Nope. NOTAMs. I'm going to use our NOTAM Briefing Pro app to check those out in a minute. That's just confirmation of the weather data. Look, there we go, all the 9s. So yeah, Larnaca is all absolutely fine, as is Paphos, Antalya, Tel Aviv. So all of those, I think it's going to be almost like a plug fuel day. That is our flight route, so that should be gorgeous. And then let's just have a look. Any en route weather. So winds are in our favour. We've got no weather. It's a beautiful day for flying, so that should be straightforward. Right, in that case, we've got a bit of extra APU burn at the minute just because of those temperatures. I think we'll just wrap that up. I think we'll take 6 tons of fuel. We'll get ground crew to sort that. Let's just get the current meta. Let's just get the latest one of this, and then I can just get stuff sorted and we can set everything up. Why is this taking forever? Oh, that's not wanting to work. What's happening? Oh, there we go. Right, so as with no VATSIM ATC, we'll just scribble it down to 210 at 16. So that's a nice headwind for departure. That's fine. It is cav okay here in Athens. 29 degrees. QNH is 1012. 2 with no significant changes. Perfect. All right then, so we'll set those up. In fact, actually, just before I do that, let me just tell the ground crew, and we can start boarding things. Okay, guys, I think we're all ready. If you want to start the boarding, then get everyone on board, and we'll get going as soon as we can. What did I say? 6 tons of fuel. And GSX will hopefully now start to work. Okay, so we are going to do a couple of giveaways as well on today's flight. We're going to give away 2 copies of Larnaca Airport. That is, of course, courtesy of Inibuilds, our channel partner. Big shout out to them. And yeah, we'll do that probably once we're in the air, and then another one a little bit later on. So it's a great airport to fly to, because there's lots of different options as well with that. So that'll be cool. In order to enter the giveaway, all you need to be is a subscriber to the channel on YouTube, and that is it. EJ Cobalt says, hope to be able to stay online for this one, not flying to Larnaca as we always fly to Paphos, but the stepson lives at Limassol. Oh, fantastic. I think, I have flown into Paphos, but it was years ago. But anyway, cool. So 1012 is there. We are monitoring both VHF1, VHF2 is the guard. Don't think we'll need any lighting, but I'll turn that up anyway. That's fine. Switching panel's fine. Engine, thrust levers, mode master selector, they're okay. Flaps, parking brake, spoilers, yada yada yada. Alright, 1012, we'll get the constraints on. I know our initial climb from looking at the charts here is 6,000 feet, so we'll just leave that set there. Okay, let's just grab our messages, because then we've got our load sheet. I'll set the box up. I'm just turning up the brightness of my physical MacDo, because I can't actually see it at the minute. Right, what have we got? Received messages. 3 load sheets, okay. Just reading all of these just to clear the messages off the eCam, and then we've got a 3rd load sheet, so it looks like that's the last one. So we've got a takeoff CFG of 30.8 and a 0 fuel weight CFG of 32.5. Lovely. Okay, accept those, and yeah, so are they actually boarding? I assume they're boarding. Right, go through the box, just check. IRS, we have our 3 nav greens, so happy with that. And need to check that we've got the varied ARAC cycle. Yep, correct database, all of that is fine. GPS primary is alive. Let's start filling everything in then. We'll just bring this on here so that you guys can see what we've got as well. We'll get that in. Oh, do you know what? Molded Qatar's in a showery Barnsley. I've got blue sky in front of me now. It is literally like April showers. I really should reseed the garden at this point, because it's perfect garden grass growing weather. Right, what are we today? We are CPY 133. Cost index of 33. Ground temperature is 29 degrees. It's just dropped a degree. The tropo, that's pretty much accurate. I'm happy to leave that. We'll download the winds. What are we cruising at today? 37,000 feet. Mark says you've been to Larnaca once, and that was with Dan Air, so a while ago. Do you know, Dan Air still fly? I saw them when we were there, and I've seen them fly over me in an evening over to Ireland, because of the plane spotting app that I've done. I'm sure I've got some Dan Airs in my spotted logbook. 370, 57 degrees. So yeah, it's they're definitely still going. Right, we're off 2-1 left. We are on the key. What did I say we're taking now? Key 1 November, didn't we? Yeah, that one. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Yeah, Mark, I'm pretty certain they are still flying. I will let's get airborne and I'll have a look for you. And then we are doing, what are we doing? We are doing the, I'm going to do the RMP approach, we'll do the ILS. If it's the ILS, we'll start with the ILS. We might switch to RMP, but I think it's the ILS X-ray that we need. What's the arrival? Bonic 1 Romeo. That's that one. Via Larnaca, which comes straight over. Yeah, so Larnaca 1, I think it is. Ooh. Is it? Hang on. That's Larnaca 1. That's Larnaca 2. Yes, it is Larnaca 1. Difference between Larnaca 1 and Larnaca 2. Larnaca 1, that's for jets such as us. Larnaca 2 is the, you know, the smaller teardrop shape. So that's for the other aircraft. Those with the props. Cool. Okay, so that's all in. RadNav page. Let's see what we've got. Let's just fill in the app. So we are at... we're at Athens, we're going to LCA, and we're landing on 22, we're departing now, 21 left, and our departure time is, this is in Zulu time, isn't it? Oh, actually, no it isn't, it's fine. I actually can't remember. Oh, just leave it as 1500. I'm sure that's Zulu time. And we're in Athens, and I can't be bothered to do the maths, so yeah, I think it's a couple of hours. So yeah, we'll set that as 1 o'clock. That's fine. Flight window we'll set for 3 hours to include all valid no times. Let's create our brief. Oh, try again. There we go. So we have got, what was I looking for? Yeah, so just the different navaids there. So navaid, we've got, we'll leave Kilo Echo Alpha in as that's our first one, but we'll also supplement that with the SPA VOR SPA, unless, oh no, that's fine. I'll get that one in. 117.5 frequencies are matched, so that's fine. Okay, onto the zero fuel weight, etc. And we are now, hey Delta Survive Geek, thank you for joining us. I'm glad you enjoy the channel as well. Do I ever have problems with the auto throttle disconnecting whilst in cruising or spinning along at 340 without knowing until the alarms go off? Auto throttle shouldn't disconnect in cruise. You might not have moved the throttles and got them perfectly in the climb detent though, so you're at more thrust than you need, and that will just slowly keep speeding you up, and you don't want that. That's first thing that comes to the top of my head. So what am I doing? Zero fuel weight, etc. Okay, so our zero fuel weight for the flight is 575, and the zero fuel weight CFG is 32.5. Alternate is, let's call that, we can call that a ton. And fuel planning, we are taking 6 tons. When's the Beyond ATC update coming for traffic? Do you mean GA traffic? If you do, I'm not 100% sure when it's being. I think it's has it rolled out to partners? I forget the different variants of different things now, but I think it's available to like partners or those that have paid a little bit extra for the sort of early access versions. So it wants 5.4 tons, that's fine. We're taking 6, so that's going to give us a takeoff weight of 633, which is below maximum landing weight, so that's perfect. And we've got an extra 18 minutes of time in the air, so all of that is happy. Onto our performance page then. So it is absolutely dry here. We are on 2-1 left. We're going to go flaps 1. No need to force toga. Anti-ice definitely not required. Packs off just as per usual EasyJet ops. We're dressed as a Larnaca aircraft, but we're still going to fly as EasyJet today. Our takeoff weight is 633, and takeoff CFG is 30.8. Intersection data, we'll go with Delta 11. We might not take Delta 11, but that's the lowest one available, so we're now just covered for all angles. So we've got 144, 144, 144. The runway here is very long, so that explains all of the matching V speeds. Transition altitude 9,000 feet. We're flexing at 67. High flex again. And now let's just have a look at the engine out stuff. So it is noise abatement 1. Oh, okay. Right, so thrust reduction 1603. Have we got access to the noise abatement charts? That's the next question. Let's see if we do or not. Well, the chart's going to actually load. So, if not, we'll just have to make it up a little bit. Do find Microsoft Flight Planner. Once it gives you access to their all the charts, they're not always there perfectly. So, miscellaneous, that's minimum airport charts. Airport facility, parking. Oh, right, okay. It's probably not going to have it. Right, in that case, what we'll do is we'll work on the standard 1,000, 3,000 for noise abatement 1, which I think should be fine, to be honest. There's no daft terrain around us. So, in that case, thrust reduction is 1603, 1603. Oh, let's try putting it all in, shall we? 1603, then 3603. So, that's noise abatement 1. Engine out acceleration, because we don't have any terrain straight out ahead of us on departure, we will, in fact, we'll just leave that as 1800. That's fine. Okay, so that is our takeoff performance done. So we are now ready to brief. Hey Delta, do I recommend the Thrustmaster T16M kit with the throttle side stick and rudder pedals? So I have the Thrustmaster rudder pedals, although I have just been sent all of the wing or thrust, is it thrust wind? Thrust control? They've changed their name. I've just been sent their stuff, and I need time to try and get that built into my set, because honestly, their side stick, their thrust levers, spoilers, flaps, the full 1-to-1 scale stuff, it is mightily impressive. So yeah, we'll watch out for a video on that soon. But yeah, that is really good stuff. If you've only got a small space though, the Thrustmaster, very, very good. That's what I'm currently using, and it works very well. Wind control, Halleck. Thank you, wind control. Good to see you. This is an earlier stream. Yeah, I'm just trying to, if I can get streams in the afternoon, I prefer it. There's loads of people at home now working from home and getting home from school and college and uni and that kind of stuff, and I just feel that people are busy in an evening, and I'm busy in an evening. I've got lots of stuff on with the kids, so an afternoon stream, if I can get that in, it's just a great way to spend an afternoon and pass a little bit of time with you guys, isn't it? Okay, so engine out procedure. Let's go on to our secondary flight plan. And the engine out is non-standard at the SPA 8 miles left turn to the key VOR. Well, funnily enough, that is very similar to what we're going to be doing anyway. So all I'm going to do is create place bearing distance SPA. The track is 204, the distance is 8 miles. We'll get that in here, and then from there we are off to Kilo Echo Alpha. Then we'll hold, and what's the hold? 335 right turns. You're loving the stream timing. Well, that is good. That is good. Hopefully it means you can join us for all of it. Okay, that gets us in the hold here. We'll get the return back into Athens in case of that engine failure. New destination. That then puts us on 2-1 right, which they use for landings at the minute. So 2-1 left, 2-1 right. We'll go with the Zulu. No star. Is Kia one of the Vias? I thought it was. There it is. So that should now all match up perfectly. Let's have a quick check and see. Yeah, so there we are. We are straight out. You can see that our actual route that we've got is pretty much what we've got anyway. So that's fine. And then there's the return and there's the missed approach. So all that makes sense. We are happy. Okay, so how are we doing with boarding? Let's have a quick check on that. Hey guys, how are we doing with boarding back there? Nearly finished? If Mason is awake.
EasyJet sim pilot. Boarding is nearly complete. We are just finishing up the last few passengers now.
Okay, fantastic. If we can get them sat down, and then we should be ready to go in the next 5-10 minutes. Hey, Commander Freezer, good to see you. Jill Lopez, do I recommend the Fenix A320? I do. We do not convert any piracy here on this channel, so let's talk about that, please. Buy the Fenix aircraft. The Fenix aircraft is fantastic. If you want to do type rating, then definitely don't be using crack stuff. You want the proper deal. So 100% the Fenix is very worth it. Just for the flows, the patterns, the ECAMs, all of that stuff. It'll get you where you want to be. SFS Rob, good afternoon to you. Alright, let's brief. So, the charts, let's get those up, see where we're going, and how we're going to go about doing it. So, we are... where's the app gone? There we go. Alright, so... starting with the weather, I've got zero concerns weather today. We've got a nice headwind on departure. Weather in Larnaca, weather en route is fine. Weather in Larnaca for landing at the moment as well. Nice headwind, so weather pretty good all the way around. It's a perfect day for it. The aircraft is A320, fully operational, nothing in the tech log. No times for departures today. I checked these out, so these are basically close to aircraft greater than 36 meters. That's us, so we're fine. We are not greater than 36 meters. DME VOR ATV is unavailable. Doesn't affect us, so that's fine. Larnaca, no times, there's no red threats. Approach minimums have been changed. That is for category A and B aircraft, so that's of no concern to us. Taxiway Lima is closed. I don't even know where Lima is at Larnaca. Probably doesn't affect us anyway, but we'll check that perhaps en route. So yeah, no times for concerns today. Let's get the charts up and have a look at the actual airport, so we know where we're going and what we are doing. Hey, Dark mate, good to see you. Johnson, good afternoon from Sweden. Hope you're doing well. Delta Sam Avgeek, ask your question again, my friend, and I will do my best to answer. Let me just get through the briefing. So we are parked at gate Alpha 7, which is about here. So we're going to push back, we're going to face north on Echo. I'll write this routing down because we are obviously not under any control. So we'll taxi on Echo. What we'll then do is we will take Delta 5. And then taxi down on Delta, and that then keeps us on Delta, and we will take in fact we're going to take Delta 11. Yeah, we'll take Delta 11. It's just slightly short. In fact, we're going to take Delta 11. That's no point. We'll take Delta 13, which is basically full length, which is fine. Okay, so that's our taxi route. Let's have a look at the actual departure then. So the key 1 November departure, when that loads. Akatame, hello to you, hope you're doing well. So this is straight out, a little left turn at 710, and there is a max speed restriction of 235 knots there. If I check our characteristic speeds, we are clean at 212. So we may as well continue flying at clean speed. It's just more fuel efficient rather than flying an extra 20 odd knots when there's not really any point. So we'll just pre-select 212, which is our green dot speed. Just confirm that 212. That's okay. Rampaging, good afternoon, mate. Thank you for joining us. So that's how we're going to fly it. Once we are past that speed restriction point, then we obviously make the left turn. We'll push for managed speed. We'll accelerate away. Initial climb 6,000 feet. Transition altitude is 9,000 feet. Threats, we've got terrain to the west of the airfield. Other than that, it should be pretty plain sailing. So I think we're good to go. Can't see any problems. APU is already up and running because it's absolutely boiling here. We have got the refueling completed, so let's get the pumps on. And I think with the APU up and running, we can get rid of that. That's done. Seatbelt signs, they can come on. And let's just now run before we start thinking about pushing the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptance, that's been completed. The fuel quantity is 5980, that's balanced. Seatbelt signs run. It is, we've got 300 green. Barrier F is 1012, and that is the wrong button. 2012 and 300 feet. Okie dokies. So yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. I think we can pretty much get ready to go. Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check, please.
Copy, Captain. Coming through arm doors and cross-checking now.
And just do a final check. We've got no ATC knocking about, so that is fine. On to Unicom 122.8. And we'll announce our intentions on there. Athens traffic, Cyprus 133, stand Alpha 7, pushback facing northeast on Echo. Lovely. So beacon light on, transponder on.
FSTraffic, Sky Express 938, ready for departure, runway 21 left.
Taxi duty, Multicars, I know that well. Thankfully, I'm not on taxi duty today. I have a wife who's taking care of that. Right, so I can get rid of this. I've got the actual real thing beside me. Alright, so the before start checklist. Parking brake is on. Takeoff data is confirmed. V1 is 144, V2 is 144. Windows are closed. Peds are on flight mode. Doors are closed and armed, and our beacon light is on. Really looking forward to this flight. It should be beautiful over the Greek islands. Just while the ground crew are locking gear and faffing away downstairs, let me just check the final load sheet has come through. So yeah, 142 passengers, 3 infants, takeoff weight is 633, that's accepted, and we want to confirm the takeoff is 30.8, excellent. Take that. I take that indeed.
FSTraffic lining up, runway 21 left.
So just before we push, let's have a quick look behind us, make sure that there's no one there. No, all that looks fine. Alright, GSX, do your thing for me. Oh god, I forgot it's all changed, hasn't it, this? Facing north. And parking brakes are released. Okay, confirm we've got nose wheel steering's disconnected. We've been cleared to start engines. Okay, engine mode selector to ignition.
Fenix A320, airborne runway
Start engine 1.
left, passing 100.
Oh, the Greek sun. Beautiful. If you are enjoying an afternoon stream, guys, please don't forget to leave a like on the stream. Remember, if you're into Plane Spotter as well, do check out the Jetlog app on Android at the moment. A great way to pass the time of day. And yes, of course, today are giveaways of Larnaca Airport from Inibuilds, our channel partner. Link in the video description down below. That link is an affiliate link, so a great way to help support the channel using that if you're picking up anything from Inibuilds, which I believe London City will be out, and we'll showcase that here very soon. Okay, engine 1, we've got a good engine 1 start, and starting engine 2. Do love this airport. This one is Fly Tampa, isn't it? Parking brake is on. Did everyone know as well that they have very quietly, without any kind of announcement, Fly Tampa have updated Copenhagen Airport now? No, sorry, not Copenhagen. Amsterdam. Fly Tampa Amsterdam is now updated for VATSIM 2024. They didn't tell anyone, they just did it. So, yeah. Dark, in the A320, yeah, I don't think I can do it in the A320, Dark. I might take my Cessna in there. I know how to do that. When we drove down from drove down to Birmingham the other day, just as we passed on the M1, good engine start on 2, when we passed the M1, we were flying right under East Midlands approach path, for anyone that knows it. And a Cessna, they've got a flying school there, a little Cessna was flying right over the top of us going to the East Midlands. I thought, that's kind of cool. Landing your Cessna on a runway that size. Okay, so we're clear on the left, clear on the right. Both engine starts confirmed and are good. So, engine mode selector is normal. Give him a wave, he's got the pin. Hey, Dar12X and Chris Matts 4, hope you're doing well. So, that come off. Anti-ice not required. That can come off, of course. And spoilers, rudder, flaps 1, set the trim, and that's the 30.8. Perfect. Okay, so flight control check. We've got full left, full right, and full up, full down. Check the rudder. Dark says someone needs to fix Amsterdam as the planes keep falling through a bridge on Alpha. Who told you that, Nick? Rudder to the right, rudder to the left. Perfect. Steve Ross, thank you for the follow. Nice. Okay, so let's announce where we're going. Another aircraft there in front of us. Athens traffic, Cyprus 133 on Echo now, taxiing via Echo Delta 5 Delta to holding point Delta 13, runway 21 left. Delta Alpha Geek, it's going very well. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you're having a good Wednesday so far. Alright, after start checklist, anti-ice is off, ecam status is checked, pitch trim is 30.8, rudder is neutral. Let's go. I always find the first time we actually move the aircraft, it always goes left and right a little bit until I've sorted my rudder side stick out. Talking about speaking through bridges, Dark, it was many years ago that our fellow Nick fell off the bridge here at this airport pretty much after it had just been released on, I think, a hotel or Zulu taxiway here, I think. Steve, really glad the YouTube videos have helped you, mate. Thank you for joining us today on the live. Print design, since my videos on the flap settings, you've started getting a lot more flaps 3 on the Fenix. I don't know how the Fenix calculator does it, but if you're on, if you're on sort of on short runways or you're really heavy, that kind of thing. Mark, you remember watching that day? Mark, you've been around a long time, my friend. Because it was a long time ago. I remember one of the very, very first early streams. It was a long haul stream, so it was probably still back in COVID days, where we flew from, I want to say New York or Chicago, somewhere like that, into St. Martin in the A320. We were back on the A320X back then, just because it was the only good aircraft around. And coming into St. Martin, I'm certain. Oops, it's a bit squiddly. I'm certain someone ended up in the Caribbean. And they missed the runway completely. Right, we're nice and long here, so let's do the taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1, and that's confirmed. FMAs, we have got 144 blue, 144 magenta, climb, nav blue 1, FD2, 6000 blue, radar, and predictive wind shear are on. Engine mode selector is normal. ECAM memo, we have got takeoff no blue, and EFB is stowed. Mark is celebrating 56 months of membership. Mark, you absolute legend. Thank you for that. Ed Carl, did we on the ATC mention anything on the Flight Radar 24 traffic injection regarding when we can expect it? No. I think they said it's about 80% there from what I remember. The sound is not replicating the tarmac grooves. The sounds come from the aircraft themselves, so the aircraft kind of have to know that they've got the grooves there. DC is almost at 56 with 54 months. Oh, guys, if you've been a member for that long, you've got to put that in the chat, because that is absolutely epic. Thank you so much. And yeah, channel membership is the best way to support what we do here on the channel, and to give me just that spare time to sort of devote time for the videos and the live streams. So that's amazing. Thanks so much. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please. Got to watch that speed. We're clocking up the knottage at the minute. 28 knots. That's fine. It's a long and straight line, so. Looks a little bit uphill as well, to be honest. Is our takeoff roll downhill? I think our app should tell us that. Oh no, it's actually technically it's an upslope. EasyJet Sim Copilot, 50 months view. That is again an incredible time. Right, we'll get airborne, then we'll do the first giveaway of Larnaca. A reminder to be in with the chance of the giveaway, being a giveaway winner. You need to just be a subscriber to the channel, and as always, our channel members get an extra chance of winning. As a big thank you to those guys. But we'll open that up and explain a bit more once we're able. Delta Sam Av Geek. So the best setup with the problem is with £100. It's really difficult. The most basic thing I would say is you need a side stick. You need a side stick, and if you can then add some sort of throttle setup on top of that, then that is pretty much, you've got all the basics that you need. I do like these grooves on the taxiway though. They are very good, aren't they? Okay, so just final checks. We've got no change to our performance. Engine out procedure is straight out, and it's then a left turn 8 miles from the VOR, and then we have got holding at Kilo Echo Alpha, so it's a left turn. The departure is noise abatement 1, and straight out left turn expected. Initial climb 6,000. All right, so approach path looks clear. Let's line up. Athens traffic, Cyprus 133, lining up runway 21 left via Delta 13. Lights on, TCAS on, packs off. And the lineup checklist. So cabin is secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway is 21 left via Delta 13, and TCAS is TARA packs 1 and 2 both off. Hey Nurch, good afternoon to you. It is one of my most scenic favourite airports, this Adam. Ah yeah, you can see it's an upslope. Now we actually have got that runway in sight. All right then, so take off. Let's go. So 50%. Man flex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue, takeoff thrust set. $100 knots. That runway looks spectacular. That really does. V1, rotate.
On runway 21 left remaining. 7,600 feet.
Positive climb. Gear up. We're above that 710 feet now, so make the left-hand turn. Nav. We'll just do a moment of hand flying till we get there. So keep the nose up for noise abatement 1. Thrust climb SRS and autopilot 1 engaged. Wave goodbye to Athens. That is beautiful. We're on our way. Looking forward to reaching Cyprus in about an hour and 24 minutes, I think it said. What a great way to spend an afternoon. Okay, yeah, so Nurch, you've never seen the speed selector 212. That is because that is our clean speed, our green dot speed for today's flight, and we've got a speed restriction here. And so there is no point, there we go, just into climb mode. So now we're lowering the nose, we're on autopilot, so it's doing it anyway. The idea is there's no point just chuntering away at 235 knots until we get to AV 211. And answering that, I forgot to put the packs back on. Should leave 10 seconds between those as well, by the way. So what we've done is we've said to the aircraft, you know what, just climb at green dot speed. It's the most fuel efficient, and it's going to save us a little bit of fuel. So now, once we retract the flaps, we are going to hold our clean green dot speed. Once we've then passed this, then we will we'll push for managed speed and we'll accelerate away. Okay, so flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. Speed alt star. Okay, let's continue the climb.
133, departure, direct Kia, Venice filed, please.
And SayIntentions Air Traffic Control can now take over for us. So thrust climb, open climb, and I'm going to select 250 for now. So standard pressure 250 blue. Co-pilot is going to handle the comms. Very scenic, isn't it?
Departure, Cyprus 133. Good evening. We're climbing past 7,000.
Okay, spoilers, flaps, and the lights can come off. Not those ones.
Athens departure, Cyprus 133. Good evening. Climbing through 8,000.
Okay, so it's 10,000 feet.
Descending to 7,000. Cyprus 133.
Airport's on there. We've made that turn. So push for managed speed. The nose should lower now.
Dear guests, welcome aboard Cyprus Airways Flight 113. Now that we have reached a safe altitude, you may use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. Also, for those who like to stay connected, our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available. Thank you for flying with us.
The weather we knew is going to be absolutely fine, so seatbelt signs, they can come off as well. Right, let's see if we can get ATC from SayIntention, shall we? So, Athens departure. Good afternoon. Cyprus 133, passing flight level 110, requesting flight level 370. See if that's going to work for us. If I'm on the right frequency. Oh, I've inadvertently turned air traffic control off, so no one's actually going to answer us. Whoops. Never mind. But I think that aircraft looks stunning. I really, really like this livery. I think it's just a neat looking livery. It's very understated, but it's really cool. And it's just a really nice green. Right, West Castle Model Railway. Good evening, mate. I hope you're well. Any idea why setting lights for takeoff does not appear on the ECAM checklist? On the ECAM checklist? Oh, you mean the sort of takeoff memo checklist? No, it doesn't. You're right, it doesn't. why not? I guess because different operators have different settings for their lights. It's not a one-size-fits-all. There's obviously the Airbus standard, but I don't think, I'm not sure all airlines use the turn-off lights for takeoff. EasyJet do. EasyJet just whap everything on, which to me makes sense. If you're on a runway, you want to be lit up as bright as possible. But yeah. Right, let's try again. Athens Centre, good afternoon. Cyprus 133, passing flight level 170, requesting flight level 370. Climb now, flight level 370, Cyprus 133. Okay, and we're in open climb still 370. Blinger, what are my thoughts on the Inibuild A380? From what you heard, they're going to have 2 engine options. Well, we've obviously got what I consider to be fly-by-wire's best efforts. I think their A380 is better than their A320, to be honest. Maybe that's just because I'm biased and I always fly the Fenix aircraft now. But I am very excited to see their A380. I think they've got a lot to live up to, given that we've got the fly-by-wire A380. So it's going to be interesting. I think the big thing that they've got going for them, obviously, is that the Inibuilds, that is that when they do release it, well, then suddenly it should be, I think, it should be open to those flying on consoles, because I think Inibuilds aircraft, they're sort of built in quite naturally, aren't they, to Microsoft Flight Simulator. They're native to it, so they'll be available for Xbox, they'll be available for PlayStation. So yeah, they've kind of got that going for them in that sense. So even if that's why I think they decided to do it, because even if they don't get people on PC purchasing it for obvious reasons, then they've got the console guys that will think that's the one I want. I personally don't think I could ever fly a beast as complicated as that on a console. I just don't think it's... I couldn't get my head around it. But hey, right, should we open up the giveaway then? We're going to be giving away 2 copies of Larnaca Airport, the destination today. This is courtesy of Inibuild, our channel partner. So once again, big shout out to Inibuild. Looking forward to seeing their London City Airport in the next week or so. The only prerequisites to be in with a chance of winning a copy of that is that you must be a subscriber on YouTube, and that is about it. that is it. Yeah, you just need to be a subscriber on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, then you need to just quickly nip over to YouTube, register your entry, and then you can return to Twitch. But I'm going to open that up now. I'm just doing that in the background while I'm talking, so I'm not very good at multitasking. So just one moment, and we'll get that sorted. So, the Larnaca Airport. This will be open for 20 minutes before we do the giveaway. So, hopefully, that should start in a moment. There we go. 1 copy of Larnaca Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 has started. Use !raffle on YouTube to enter. Yeah, Grimbo, I'm looking forward to comparing the two as well. A reminder, our channel members receive 2 tickets in this raffle as a thank you for being channel members. I'm just trying to work out, when we land in Larnaca, I think the sun should still be up. Or it's going to be a sunset approach, which would be stunning. A little bit hazy though, isn't it? In fact, that looks very hazy. Do you know what, Dark? That might make a really interesting poll for this flight. I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I might ask that question anyway. Should they have kept console and PC versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator separate? Because I think you're right. I'm going to ask that question. So I've just popped that question into YouTube, and we'll leave that there. Should Microsoft Flight Simulator have kept PC and console editions separate? Yes or no? I'm almost expecting a unanimous yes. If anyone's actually seriously going to say no, let me know why. Why keep them the same? Every time I go away on holiday, I always say that when I get home, I'm going to buy fruit juices, cheap rum, cheap vodka, and whatever else it is to make. Because you know when you go all inclusive to places, and you can just go to the bar and you can get cocktails, can't you? I mean, they're only small cocktails. It's all inclusive. They're not going to give massive ones away. But they're just really nice, and you don't go and get hammered on them. Heck, I can't do that. We've got 4 children to look after. But it's just really nice and refreshing. I just think, why don't we do that at home? Yeah, in an evening, just make yourself a nice, I don't know, pina colada or something. Funnily enough, at the resort we were staying at, pina colada wasn't one of the drinks that was available. I don't think I've ever been anywhere where a pina colada wasn't available. Hans Vazza says he accidentally misclicked no. So you're the one person. You're the one person that said no now. Madpo says optimizing for PS5 has actually improved VR performance on PC. Right. Well, I don't use VR, but that is very interesting. Football Mad Gamer, good afternoon, mate, and to our new followers both on Twitch and YouTube joining our stream today. Good afternoon to all you guys. Hope you are. Hope you're doing well. Guinness and blackcurrant cocktail. I've got blackcurrant in the house. I haven't got Guinness. I've never been a fan of Guinness. Oh, Football Mad Gamer, you did a 9-hour flight yesterday, A350 to Manchester to Orlando. But when you say you did that flight, this is the thing. Did you sit there for 9 hours? Or did you take off and do what any sane person would do? Go about their day, then come back and land? I used to do that all the time. Football, you sat there most of the day. The difference is, of course, you probably sat there and were, I don't know, streaming something on YouTube or Netflix or scrolling through your phone. which of course the pilots can't do in real life, sadly. They just have to sit and talk to each other and hope they get on. Right, how long we got left of this giveaway? We have got about 13 minutes left. 13 minutes. What time are we expected to get in? 16:12 UTC. Okay, that works for me. That looks good. That is in... Oh, actually, that's an hour and a bit. That's all right. Ooh, the thing 787's just come up with an idea. They should have made a Microsoft Flight Simulator Lite edition for consoles. I really like that idea. So, it's not keeping them entirely separate, is it? It's not keeping them entirely separate, but it's a... I'll get shot down for using this phrase, but I'll use it anyway. It's a dumbed down version. Which it makes sense, because the PC can do... I think it can do so much more. Peter ATCO has been a member for 51 months. Hi Peter, my friend. How are you doing? Great to see you. That is a long time. That is a very long time, Peter. And thank you, as always. I love our channel members, the backbone of this community. And Colin Evans, also channel member, is currently parked at Larnaca Gate 25. Are you going to sit there for the next hour until we arrive, Colin? Excuse me. Mark making me chuckle there, saying people have got a chance to win today because J-Hog's gone. I know, he's ridiculous. Do you know what? It's, many of you all know that J-Hog's actually my uncle. And when we were growing up as kids, whenever we went out to like a gala or something like that, he always won. Any raffles, tombola, stuff like that, he always won. He's just that naturally lucky guy. So Dark says, yeah, they could, at least if they made like both a PC and console, have a package to update the PC, upgrade the PC version. Yeah, again, a good idea. Letting the PC edition sort of go forth and fly, whilst the console is just sat right on its limit. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Great idea. But would that then be too much work for Azobo and Microsoft, which means then they couldn't do it? Oh my god, it's absolutely throwing it down outside. I have come back to a bit of a jungle of our garden. It looked really nice before we went away, and now it's now I need to go down and chop it all back again. Problem is it's all wet, it keeps raining. Lewisman, what's my thoughts on the Horizon Dreamliner if I've tried it? I haven't tried it, so I can't actually say anything about that, I'm afraid. Skypilot, what do I think of the FS Labs A321 Neo? Again, that is another aircraft I've not tried. I know, surprising, given that I'm an Airbus guy, but I'm a bit devoted to the Fenix aircraft. That said, what I have heard about it is very good things, and one of the things that I love the idea of is they have a tech log, a MEL, so if things aren't working correctly, for example, you've got to think about that. So yeah. Collins, you're setting up for the return, but we'll watch the progress on VATSIM. Well, Colin, where are you returning to? Where did you fly from? I had a couple of options for today's flight because I really wanted to do the Cyprus Airways flight. We had Tel Aviv, which would have been interesting. I've not been to Tel Aviv for years in the sim, never been in real life. So there's Tel Aviv, and also there was Athens, which we've done. All of the others were a bit far away, sort of like Milan, I think they flew from, and yeah, I think Dusseldorf as well was one flight that I saw. So yeah, it was just a little bit too far away. Might not have been Dusseldorf, I think I've made that up. Peter, the problem is Microsoft can't get AI to do their work. I try and get AI to do as much work as I can for me. That way I can enjoy doing things. I'm trying to streamline everything I'm doing so that I can spend more time doing this, because
Dear guests,
this is what I enjoy.
now that we're comfortably cruising, it's time to kick off our snack and beverage service. Be sure to try our signature Cyprus Airways baklava, or our refreshing cold coffee to keep
Listen, what about the A350? Oh, now we're talking.
gifts from the Cyprus
The
Airways.
A350 is one of my favourite aircraft to fly.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
I love the A350 aircraft. I just don't have time to fly enough to warrant the time that those flights usually take. 8 minutes left of the giveaway. Remember, we're doing 2 today, so if you don't do the first one, never mind. It is a good dog, J-Hog, isn't he? He'd have probably won both. I'm excited for the A220 Synaptic. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not excited like I have been for the Fenix A320, for the Inibuilds A350, for the fly-by-wire A380. I don't think those were the top 3 things that I was like, oh my god, I can't wait for. I mean, I don't know if any one of you remember, but when the A380 came out, it was sort of like 4, 5 o'clock at night. And I was that thrilled when it did come out that we did a live stream, and we did a live stream from Heathrow to New York. It was literally, I didn't get to bed till 2 a.m. that morning, and a lot of you guys that were there on the chat stayed with us for the entire transatlantic crossing. So we started a transatlantic crossing in the end. I think it was like 6, 7 o'clock at night. But I couldn't wait because the A380 was finally out, and I love that aircraft. I love that aircraft in real life. So that is what got me excited. You know, I was really, really excited for that. Peter ATC, oh mate, thank you so much for your donation as per your own standard operating procedures, mate. Thank you so much, and great to speak to you. This is my first live stream in a couple of weeks, because I was away all last week. The week before I was really busy getting ready to go away. So yeah, but my sort of commitment at the moment is to try and get more afternoon streams in if we can. I'm running out of time. I need my kids to look after themselves, but that's not going to happen. To be fair, we don't want it to happen. No one ever wants to waste those years away, because there's going to be plenty of years ahead where they just don't want to know us, and I absolutely love spending time with them. My eldest lad, is highly into plane spotting, which is why we built the plane spotting app Jetlog. So if you are a plane spotter and you like watching aircraft on Flight Radar 24, and with this app it's pretty much very similar to that, but you can tick off the aircraft that you've seen, build up your logbook, so to speak. So yeah, he was very excited because we got to see all of Cyprus Airways A320s. So I think this is a real world. I think that's a real world reg. I'm sure Phoenix do real world regs. Let me have a quick look. Have I got the PC version of Jetlog on here? I have, but I think this is an old version, so I don't think the pictures will load on this version. No, they won't. But what's that? 5 Bravo Delta Romeo. 5 Bravo. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, this is an old version, so the photos don't work on this version. But yeah, basically, if you're a plane spotter, you can just view aircraft that are around you, tick them off. They change colour when you've seen them. So yeah, check that out if you wish. This is a really old version because the map isn't optimised there. Those aircraft took absolutely ages to load in, but yeah, so that's a lot quicker than that now. Anyway, get rid of that. So yeah, he was really happy because he managed to complete an airline. Grumpy Bus Driver, if Inibuilds can get the A380 as good as they now have the 350, they'll have a winner on their hands. Let's hope the 380 doesn't need 16 updates to reach this stage. Yeah, it was the WASM problems, wasn't it? Lots of people having issues with the 350 when that first came out. Flyby sim pilot. If you have an issue with the sim and saying it's crashed, turn crash detection off. You've got to with things like the Phoenix aircraft and that, just because they work slightly differently to the native default aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So they will do things that are realistic, but will make Microsoft Flight Simulator think you've crashed. So, yeah. SFS Rob, do I have a Phoenix called Dark Startup Tutorial? Do you know what SFS Rob? I can go one better than that for you. I have got a full flight tutorial using real world standard operating procedures from well, the Orange Airline, and it will take you literally on a flight from cold and dark to destination. That is on YouTube. It is a full playlist. Give yourself a spare sort of 3 hours, make yourself a cup of tea, follow it along slowly in your own time, and you'll be flying this aircraft absolutely fine in no time. How long's left? You've got 2.5 minutes left of this giveaway entry to get that in, if you haven't done so already. And then remember, if you don't win the first one, we're going to give a second one away, so that's fine. Winners will need to just will just need to get in touch with me via Discord or email, and I just need the email address you use for Inibuild, so your Inibuilds account. And then we'll just get that added for you. One thing I am absolutely loving as well in Microsoft Flight Simulator, now we've got it, is the TriTriSim GFX. One of the best things about that isn't just what it does for your own aircraft, but it's the contrails. So we're probably not going to see any here because I don't think there's any aircraft around us. But I have seen it now where there are literally contrails streaking across the sky in busy airspace, and it looks brilliant. So much more immersive than short little contrails or no contrails at all. Right, what we got? 24 minutes delayed. I'll let the first officer sort that out. Right, Mac Alt Cruise, so set that to below. Let's just cycle through the SD page, make sure everything is correct. About 2 tons used, 3, yeah, we took say no fuel leaks. Temperatures are good. They weren't earlier on. Brake temperatures are fine. All flight controls are good, and we are happy. Nothing on the overhead looks to be broken. Excellent. Right, so our first giveaway. Close the entries, and we will pick a winner. So remember, this is for one copy of Larnaca Airport.
Sim pilot, Mason here. Would you or the first officer like anything to drink or a small snack while we're cruising?
That is really kind of you. I would love a cup of tea and a water, please. I'm being greedy. I'm asking for 2 drinks.
Understood, Captain. We will bring you a cup of tea and water on our next pass now.
Thank you very much. Okay, so back to the winner. The winner of our first of 2 copies of Larnaca Airport from Inibuilds to give away is is Relimi. Good afternoon to you and congratulations. So we've got another we have got another copy of that to give away shortly. Oh, Peter, did you ever get things sorted with the crowdfund? Hoping you managed to get that sorted as well. Somebody asked me the other day, and I'd love to know what you guys think of this. One, whether you think it would happen. Two, whether you think it would be good or bad. So, here's the question. In fact, I tell you what. Let's have a look at the poll that we did. So, our first poll of today. Should Microsoft Flight Simulator have kept PC and console editions separate? Wow.
Expect a Bonnet 1 Romeo arrival. Anticipate descent in about 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
So, out of 50 people, 84 said yes, 16% said no. Do you know what? There's more people said no there than I actually thought would do.
Captain easyJet Sim Pilot, just following up as promised. Your tea and water are ready and we'll be with you shortly on the next cabin service run.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another question. Peter, Elliot's got it sorted out. Fantastic. They're just waiting for GoFundMe to verify Elliot is a real person. Yeah, that bot Elliot. Right, next question for you guys. Someone asked me this the other day, and it got me thinking. So, just 1 minute. I'm going to pop this in. Right, the question should be coming to you now. Right, so that is the question. Someone asked me this, and it made me thinking. I thought, well, God, no, of course they won't. And then I thought, oh, hang on. So will Microsoft release Microsoft Flight Simulator 2028? We had 2020. We then got a shock 2024, which, let's be honest, nobody was expecting. So, has the gauntlet been set? Is 2028 on the cards? What do we think? Their reason for releasing 2024 was they said they'd done as much as they could with 2020. They couldn't really realistically make it any better because it was still based on old FSX details. But have they done as much as they can with 2024? We're talking a couple of years away, aren't we? But still. Right, let's do a fuel check. We are at Larnaca. So, let me see what we've got. Where is my OFP? What do we take? 200 tons of fuel extra plus 200, so we're about 400, not tons, kilograms, about 400 kilograms extra. Where are we? Coming up on Larnaca. So we should have about 3,400 kilograms of fuel. What we got? 3,005. Perfect. So Skypilot says you think it depends if it keeps on making money for Microsoft. Well, the massive thing they did was the marketplace. That's how they make their money. Microsoft Flight Simulator is, yes, it's expensive for, well, is it expensive for a game? How much was the cheapest version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Is it 60, 70 pounds? And how much is FIFA? Sorry, FC 24? It probably isn't that expensive, is it? Roll Tide UK. Microsoft Flight Sim 2028, the search for more money. Oh, you're a cynical bunch. But Yeah, that is the question now, isn't it? That actually is the question. Will there be a 2028 version? Or is that it? Are we stuck with this for a while? How many years were we stuck with FSX for? Which I say stuck with. There was nothing else really after that. Dar12 says the moment they fix the performance and the rest, they will release a new one, like they did with 2020. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know what you mean. Right, so our arrival today is going to be the ILS X-Ray 22. Let me just check that's what we've got in the box. Which I believe will be the teardrop approach. Yes, it is. Right, let me find the chart for that and then we can start looking at it and getting ourselves prepped for it. Blinker says that 2024 still has more life left in it. Whoa! Is that not what we said about Flight Sim 2020? We all said that. I was actually gutted when they announced 2024 was coming. I mean, now I look at it and I think, okay, yeah, it's great. But it took a while for it to be great. And it was massive news. It was massive news. And yeah, it was just... Did it need it? Maybe it did need it, but maybe it needed it in 2025. Maybe every 5 years instead of every 4. Jones says he's just uninstalled Flight Sim 2020. There's still plenty of people flying Flight Sim 2020. Right, let's have a look at these approach charts. So what are we doing? We're doing the Bonnet 1 Romeo arrival. Let's grab this chart up and have a look. So it's pretty straightforward. 110, no lower than 59. And that is basically bringing us straight over the Larnaca VOR, isn't it? Which is fine. Let's have a look at that approach then. Yeah, so this is the fun bit. So the idea is we are 4,000 feet over the airfield. Make that teardrop approach down to 1,500 feet for the ILS. Perfect. It's an ILS plus VOR approach. So it's not an ILS DME approach. Dark says it'll take Microsoft Flight Sim till 3038 just to fix the bugs in 2024. Can you imagine the technology we'll have in 3038? Sadly, we'll all be dead. But can you imagine that? Oh. Right, well, let's just scribble down some information numbers off this chart and then we'll start briefing stuff. Okay, so what are the minimums? They are 210. We'll go for config 3. I will check that we can do config 3 in a moment, but we'll go config 3 to begin with. Okay, let's have a look at some other stuff here. So 4,000 feet with a VOR, getting down to 1,500 feet. Terrains to the north and northwest, west. 45 meter wide runway, a 2.8 degree glide slope, so that's quite a shallow glide slope, isn't it? Not often you see one less than 3 degrees, so that's interesting. Small displace threshold, 182. And the go around is straight out, 3 miles from the LCA VOR, left turn, 210 knots, so flaps 1. And we hold at Bosis. Okay, so just some other things then we need to confirm in here. Radnav page will put LCA in. That's for our ILS DME. Peter says he's off, dinner is being served, have a great flight, and good evening to everybody else. Peter, the same to you. Hope you are doing hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope to catch up with you much more as we try and get some more streams in. German Sim Aviation, what's up with you? I do use FrameGen. I think I'm on DLSS, if I recall. It's the best one I found for better frames, but also clear, non-blurry text. Because a lot of FrameGens I found gave me blurry text, and I hated that. Right, let's do an arrival performance calculation then. How heavy are we going to be? 57, 58, 59, 60. Let's call it 60.5 tons then. It is absolutely dry. We're on runway 22. And flaps 3. Yeah, flaps 3 is going to work. That's perfect. Good, good. I like it. Other stuff to just pop in. We've now got the weather there, so we shall use it. QNH is 1013. Temperature is 26 degrees. The wind is 210 at 12. And we are done. VAPS 141. No need to increase that. And clean is 223. Alright, so I think the box is now all set up. German Sim Aviation, I honestly can't remember. There's a video on the channel about the graphic settings that I use. Alright, that's all fine and done. So let's go through the box, brief the arrival, and just confirm our top of descent is in about 12 minutes. So now's a good time to brief. Get the charts up and we'll go through them all. Alright, so we've got no concerns with the weather. Aircraft is still fully behaving itself. No TAMs, there were some closures, weren't there? We'll have to check whether that's going to actually affect us, but I don't think it is. Taxiway Lima's closed, so we just need to locate where Taxiway Lima is. Approach menus aren't going to affect us. Let's have a look at how we're going to fly the approach. So it is an ILS approach and it's a teardrop approach. So the idea is we'll descend to 4,000 feet, be at 4,000 feet by the Larnaca VOR. At that point I want to be at green dot speed. After then we'll fly the outbound leg, descending down to 1,200 feet. And once we sort of get in the turn, then we want to be setting flaps 1 and then picking up the glide slope flaps 2 with the glide slope. It's a nice short approach really, because by the time we make that turn we're only about 8 miles away, so yeah, maybe flaps 1 a little bit sooner than that, thinking about it. So yeah, we'll sort of get flaps 1 in on this downwind maybe just before we make that turn. So if I've not got flaps 1 out before I make the turn, shout out and yell at me, because I should have done. Flaps 2 then as we intercept the glide before 2,000 feet, whichever comes first. And then flaps 3 landing for a shallow approach. As it's a shallow approach, we don't need to flare quite so much, so keep that in mind. Pappy's on the left, normal 45 meter wide runway. If we need to go around, it is straight out 3 miles from the Larnaca VOR, which we have got set in the box, and it's a left hand turn at 3 miles, max speed 210, so we'll do that again at flaps 1. Then we'll take up the hold at Bosis. After we have landed then, where are we going? Airport ground charts, have a look. Yep, so landed on 2-2 and we will exit at Golf. How long's the runway? That's quite a long runway, that. We'll not bother with auto brake, don't need it because we're going to roll to the end. So we're going to exit at Golf. And then let's just check the taxiway. 100 meters of taxiway Lima closed work has now been completed. So what's left? We have got Zulu 1 to Lima 2. I don't think that's there. Oh, Zulu 1. That's not going to affect us, that's fine. So yeah, straight in, and then we'll park somewhere. we'll find a gate, park somewhere. So yeah, that's it, straightforward. Threats to be aware of: we've got terrain to the north and the west, but aside from that, it should be pretty straightforward. It is a short 8-mile final, but apart from that, I think we are pretty much good to go. Anyone's got any questions, let me know. Estimated time of arrival now is 16:11, so hopefully be about 20 past 6 at the gate. That's local time. No, it isn't. 20 past 7 will be local time. Here in the UK, it will be about 20 past 5. So German Sim Aviation saying, since Sim Update 5 his performance has got worse. 10 FPS less than before. I mean, that is bad, isn't it? You want updates to bring good things, not bad. Literally no land around us at the minute. Okay, and then we've got another giveaway to do as well. Toilet says it's 6:43 there now. Are you actually in Cyprus at the minute? Awesome. Jeremiah, how to pronounce Sid and Star names? That's probably one of the strangest questions I've been asked. But they are literally... So I kind of know what you mean. If we look at the name of this one, so that's the Bone 1 Romeo, or the Fa 1 Romeo, or the Rude 1 Alpha. What you've got to remember is that the first 4 letters are the first 4 letters of an actual waypoint name. So if we actually look at this one, the Bone 1 Romeo, it's not the Bone 1 Romeo. It actually starts at Bonek. That is the start. The name of them is usually the start of them. Whereas with standard instrument departures, the name of them is usually the end point of them. So this is actually, it's not the Bone 1 Romeo, it's the Bonek 1 Romeo that we're doing. So, yeah. If we have a look at a departure, so let's have a look at this chart here. You've got the Rude 1 Whiskey. It's not actually called Rude. It would be one of these exit points. It's the Ruder. Ruder. It's the Ruder 1 Whiskey. Or it's the Cobra 1 Whiskey. So hopefully that makes sense. Hey, Carl says he flew a real A320 Neo yesterday, Jet 2. The map screen definitely looks bigger in real life. Not sure if that's a Neo thing. No, it's not a Neo thing. It's a simulator thing. When we look at this here, they actually look quite small, but they're not. They are a decent size. Oh, Talik, you're in Larnaca at the moment. Fantastic. Well, less than 48 hours ago, I was in Larnaca, living it up. No, I wasn't. I've got 4 young kids. We weren't living it up. We were surviving whilst doing as little as we could get away with. It was a very chill holiday. We didn't do very much. It wasn't the sort of holiday where we went on lots of excursions or anything like that. Literally feel like we've got our skies to ourselves at the minute. There's no one around us. Add to tank fuel transfer open. It's Hilly UK. Thank you for the follow. That is a great name. You don't live in Yorkshire as well, do you? Jeremiah, that is exactly right. It's not the Bone 1 Romeo. Look at the waypoint name, that if it's an arrival route, it's the first waypoint. If it's a departure, it's the last waypoint, then yes. So, Boneck in this case. It's Hilly UK, Manchester. Right, okay, so you're the opposite side of the Pennines to me. I can literally look, if I nip out into the garden or upstairs into the back bedroom windows, I can see all of Manchester Airport's arrivals. We're really high up, just over the other side of the Pennines, so we can see them. Getting down to at night.
Descend via Boneck 1 Romeo to 4000 into Larnaca. QNH 1012.
Descend via Boneck 1 Romeo to 4000 into Larnaca. QNH 1012.
Okay, so descend via the SID. Yeah, so we yeah, down to about, I think we clocked it down to about 3,600 feet. We could see them.
Turn left heading 080 vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach.
Left heading 080. Vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach.
I ain't doing that.
133.
No, Cyprus 133. I don't want vectors. We're going to do the teardrop approach because it's more fun. So I've just turned air traffic control off now. It's Hilly UK, nice little view watching them all go into Stockport. Yeah, so yeah, we've got a perfect view. All the aircraft, the heavies that come, if the 380 or the 350 or the 777s that come from like Pakistan, Emirates and all that, if they're coming in over East Yorkshire, then, or Humberside, then they fly about 7,000 feet above us, and we are about 1,200 feet above sea level where we live, I think. So yeah, they're great. Blink, a quick question: nighttime or daytime for flying? That depends. It depends on, because I prefer daytime, but I also prefer real time. So if I'm flying at night, then it's nighttime. Oh, Hilly, it's not a view to complain about. The reason, one of the reasons I bought the house that we lived in, and I convinced my wife this is the right house, is because the view out the back is spectacular. Oh, Carl Denton, you live near Rosslyn, so you get some Manchester travels as well. Yeah, you will do. Oh, Jeremiah, no problem. Any problems or issues with VATSIM or questions, let us know, and we'll be sure to help you out. Right, top of descent is coming up. Whilst we're on the approach, then we are going to run the next giveaway of Larnaca Airport, courtesy of Inibuilds. Big thanks to them. Later this week, I hope we can check out London City Airport as well. We might have to do that in a 319. They are trying to get permission, aren't they? In real life, that is. They're trying to get permission for a slightly different approach and classification so that they can actually get 319s in there. Ghost Captain, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Carl, I'm afraid I don't know any of the rumours of the dates. And even if I did, I'm pretty certain my NDA with Phoenix would still stand. So I wouldn't be able to say. But honestly, I actually don't know. All I will say is development of it is coming along very nicely. Right, top of descent is here. Cabin crew start preparing for arrival.
Copy, Captain. Starting preparations for arrival now.
Right, thrust idle, and we'll use open descent for the time being. And 140 blue, down we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant Mason speaking. We've left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Larnaca. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Also, the lavatories are now off limits until we land. Let's get ready to touch down with style and safety. Thank you for flying Cyprus Airways Flight 113.
Touchdown with style and safety. I've not heard that before. Flight Simulator 2025 says that he is doing a flight now to Stockholm. I like Stockholm. Blinky, you want to observe VATSIM without loading up your entire sim? I don't think that is possible. I don't think there's like a listen-in VATSIM radar kind of thing that you can do, unfortunately. Would be really cool if there were, but sadly not. But you are right, it would be a good way to sort of listen and sort of get help in getting prepped for it. Right, I've got on selector speed. I'm just going to wind that up just to catch up that profile because we're a little bit high on it. The arrival into Birmingham the other day, it was the middle of the night. I think we landed something like 3 AM in the morning. There was clearly no traffic about, and they just got them in without having to faff around because the spoilers were out for about 10 minutes on the way down. So I thought, yeah, they've been given a few track miles cut off their initial plan. Mind you, I might be doing the same here if I'm not careful. And Gadget FPV has raided us with a party of 18, mate. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're doing well. You've joined us at the best time because we've just hit top of descent. We're on our way down into Larnaca, ready for a nice teardrop approach. We're going to be running a giveaway for Larnaca as well, courtesy of Inibuilds, very shortly. So yeah, great time to hop on. So Gadget, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Hope you and your friends can join us for the arrival. We should be on the ground in about 15-20 minutes. So yeah, not long to go at all. And for the giveaway that we're doing, the giveaway does run on YouTube, but you can just head up to YouTube, register your vote, your entry, and then head back onto Twitch if that is what you wish. The only prerequisite for the giveaway is you have to be a subscriber on YouTube. But other than that, this approach should look grand. You know what? There's already more clouds here in front of me than I saw in a full week when I was at Cyprus last week. So hopefully, is it Cav okay there at the minute? What is the weather at Larnaca at the minute? No significant changes. Oh no, there was. Oh, I need to refresh that. There is few clouds at 4,000 feet. Okay. And we still got a nice headwind expected. Gadget, you've just done Edinburgh to Prague. Beautiful clouds all the way. It's nice when they look like that, doesn't it? Because it means something. It's good. Actually, these clouds don't look too bad at all. Just a mere scattering. Brad, the giveaway isn't open yet, mate. It will. We'll let you know when it is, and then you literally just will type into the chat exclamation mark and raffle. But all shall be revealed. We're going to run that as we start the approach. Do you know what? It's not working, so unfortunately. There go the spoilers. There we go. Our VDEV is now starting to catch up. Right, so let's start getting down to 4,000 feet. We want to be 4,000 feet at the VOR, which is right over the head of the airfield. So that is now 4,000 QNH 1013, and we'll get the seatbelt signs on as well. Right, the approach checklist. So BARF QNH 1013 is set and confirmed. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 210. Auto brake not required for this approach. Engine mode selector is normal, and our EFB is stowed.
Hello, folks. Mason here. The seatbelt sign is back on, so let's all scoot back to your seats and buckle up. The lavatories are off limits for now, so hang tight until we give you the all clear. Thanks for keeping it safe and smooth.
Spoilers are now stowed. And with that, I think we'll pop her back into normal descent. So speed and descent, and we can just defend via the star now. 4,000 feet at Larnaca is the plan. Seems weird turning on anti-ice, doesn't it? But the SAT is -5. But the TAT is +14. To be fair, we don't need them. Nah, +14. We definitely don't need them. Hey John, what do I have my flight stick buttons mapped to? I think I've got them mapped to my... Actually, I haven't got them mapped to anything. So I have the Thrustmaster one. The only thing I've got is the autopilot disconnect. Or do I have... Oh, I do have that view. I do have that. I never use it, but it's there. Although, how cool does that look? That looks awesome. Actually, now I can't get back. Why can't I? I've clearly not got it set to toggle. I can't get back into the flight deck. Wrong button. Cockpit, please. There we go. Right. I'm going to just get the spoilers out again, just for a minute, because I need to drop below that profile so that we can start slowing down to 250 knots, because we're about to get to 10,000 feet in a minute. And the 3XK1LO has just raided us as well. Party of 22 guys. Thank you so much, mate. I hope you've had a good flight. And hope you're doing well. Right, back into open descent, thrust idle. Open descent. Let's just start dropping down a little bit more. I'm going to wind that speed back in a minute so we don't bust the speed limit. Speed 250, there we go. Get the landing lights on. And sterile cockpit then, 10,000 feet. Metrovic, I haven't used X-Plane for a very, very long time. I was always SFX, and then when FlightSim 2020 came out, and then now obviously FlightSim 24. There we go. Spoilers can go back away.
Alright folks, we're starting our final approach into Larnaca. It's time to power down those electronic devices and stow them safely away until we're parked at the gate. Please put your tray tables up, your seats in the full upright position, and make sure your seatbelt is snug and secure. Our assigned gate is Terminal Gate 47. The weather in Larnaca is mild and clear tonight, so we're expecting a smooth touchdown. Crew, please check that everyone is seated and buckled up. Thanks for flying Cyprus Airways Flight 113. Let's get ready to land with style.
Do you know what? Those clouds look amazing as well, don't they? They look really good. Right, let's start slowing it down as well, so we can activate the approach phase. That's done. And we'll just get onto Unicom as well. Make our call in case there's any traffic in the area. Larnaca traffic, Cyprus 133 is currently 10 miles northwest of Larnaca for the ILS 22 approach. It'd be the teardrop approach, ILS X-ray. Cyprus 133 Larnaca traffic. So we should see the airport more or less dead in front of us at the minute, and I think we can almost see it. But yeah, that looks great. So, as we approach Larnaca, shall we run the second of our giveaways? And this is the second giveaway of Larnaca Airport that we are doing today. So that has just started. To enter the giveaway, you simply need to enter !raffle into the chat. Only need to do it once. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Right, manage speed. Parking brakes, speed brakes are down. Just a reminder, only those entering on YouTube will work. So if you're watching on Twitch, just head across to YouTube, type that into the chat, and then you can come back to Twitch. And our channel members have twice the luck. So we're now pretty much over the top of the airport, I think. Yep, there we are, look. Spot on. And now we're off to descending to, it's 1,500 feet platform altitude, but we're not going to descend that low. So, thrust idle, over descent, and I've just set, I'll go for, we'll go 3,000 at the minute. So India Lima Charlie is identified. Now we're going to continue that descent. I've just set VS 300, 200 blue. And we stayed in Larnaca, which is just down here, which meant with the lights on, especially in an evening, you could quite easily see all the aircraft coming in, which was kind of cool. Netherlands, I'm not giving a 320 away, mate. I'm giving a copy of Larnaca away. Can't afford a 320. Right, and now 1,500 set. Another little threat, actually, the go around is 2,000 feet, so it's not a big it's not big. Flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1.
2,500.
That's right on the glide slope as well, so this is working nicely. Flaps 2, speed's checked. VS set to 400 now. I knew this would be a gorgeous approach at this time. Larnaca traffic, Cyprus 133 establishing ILS runway 229 miles. Look at that. Okay, localizer captured, glide slope blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. Cabin crew, seats for landing.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
So the raffle for the giveaway is open for another 13 minutes. We'll enjoy the replay after we've landed and got to gate. Glide slope captured, go around altitude is 2,000 feet set. Gear down. Manage speed, flaps 3, speeds checked. Spoilers armed. Lights on. Peter, it is SayIntentions that does the cabin crew, and entries for the giveaway are on YouTube only at the moment. In the chat window, you just have to enter exclamation mark and raffle. Thousand feet.
Approaching runway 22.
Landing checklist. So, should have run this already, but anyway. Cabin is secured for landing. Go out of altitude is 2,000 feet. And eco memo landing on blue. That should be run before 1,000 feet, so apologies for that. Netherlands, be careful, you're going to be blocked out of the raffle for doing it more than once.
500.
Stable. At night time, you could have a real black hole effect on this runway, couldn't you?
Above.
That wind's also changing direction quite a bit. We had a bit of a right wind and now we've got a headwind, so just need to get back on that centre line.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, so we've got spoilers, reverse green, decel. Reverses off. That runway looks really cool, doesn't it? A well-worn runway. Pappy's seemed a little bit out of alignment. We were 50 feet over the threshold, which is where it should be, and I was just showing 4 reds, which I thought was a little bit strange, but never mind.
Did you know this city is home to one of the oldest wine-producing regions in the world? So, if you get a chance, raise a glass to history while you're here. Please stay seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach the final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Cyprus Airways. The local time here in Larnaca is 7:14 p.m.
Excellent. Welcome to Larnaca, as the man says. Jeremiah, I didn't use autoland. No, we only use autoland if the weather's, bad and you can't actually see the runway. But today, it was superb. Right, I'm just going to hold her there and clean her up. That is a gorgeous view. This is a perfect airport as well, guys. So, yeah, an airport well worth getting. And we're going to go into stand. We'll go in stand 45 if GSX will allow us that. And then we'll be able to draw that giveaway, which ends in 8 minutes. And Andre, man, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I also might just have a quick look inside the building as well. Say I was there about 48 hours ago, almost to the minute actually. See how realistic it is inside. Inibuilds usually do a very good job, so I'm expecting good things. And there we go. I'm going to keep the engines running because we'll show a giveaway. We'll show the replay in a minute. But in terms of the airport itself, just show you very quickly this. Lewis, I have flown East Midlands before. Yes, several times. Yeah, so very realistic. We got off here, and yeah, that is indeed exactly how it is when you walk in. The ticket desks, wow, this is actually this is scarily realistic. Even the gates are the same. So our check-in desks were 22 to 17, so they weren't Wizz Air though. Yeah, that was that is spot on. So where do we go after that? Yeah, so you come over here. Security is in this back corner, which it is again. Perfect. Even the colours of the rope security line is correct because it was blue, because the kids ran under it. Yeah, then you've got the gates, you've then got the security, you haven't got the baggage belts for people putting all the bags in the trays and that, but never mind. And then you have what is actually here is duty free. They've not put that in, but never mind. And then yeah, the gate area, a spot on. Really cool. Even the boards are changing here, look. They're changing different advertising, Jet 2 holidays, etc. And our gate was originally this gate over here. Then with 15 minutes to go, they went, oh, actually, no, it's not. It's over here. So yeah, that is really cool. A very, very realistic representation of Cyprus Airport. So even if you don't win the next giveaway, definitely worth getting. Okay, so let me just replay the landing. Oh, let's come off VATSIM before we do that, otherwise we'll annoy everybody. So let's just disconnect off VATSIM and let's fly the approach. And this is the bit that I like doing because I get to see what it looks like from a passenger point of view. Reef Junket, are you on VATSIM? We were on VATSIM. I've literally just turned VATSIM off so that we can look at that approach, which is absolutely stunning. Look at that. This is why I love Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, only a couple of minutes left of the giveaway, and then we will give away our second copy of Larnaca Airport. That looks beautiful. Don't think the landing was bad, actually. Seemed okay to me. None of the GFX effects working today, because quite rightly you wouldn't actually see them today. Fancy Aviation, just type into the chat ! Raffle. That will enter you in. There were loads of private business jets as well parked at this apron here when we taxied out the other day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate. Please make sure to collect all your personal belongings. On behalf of all of us at Cyprus Airways, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Larnaca.
Yeah, that looked pretty good to me. Might have a quick look at that again from the outside. Just while we're waiting for the giveaway timer to tick down. I do like flying to these kinds of islands, you know, the Greek islands, Cyprus. It just makes you feel like you're actually going somewhere on holiday rather than a business trip somewhere. Oh, spot on. Take that. Beautiful. Okay, guys, so with that then, giveaway entries are completed. The winner will need to contact me either on Discord or via email. Let me know your Inibuilds account email address so we can add that to your account. And the winner for that, our second one today, is Scott White. Scott, congratulations. You are the recipient of our Inibuilds giveaway. A massive thank you to them. A reminder, guys, before you go, if you've enjoyed the stream this afternoon, please don't forget to leave a like. If you are a plane spotter, definitely don't forget to check out the JetLog app. It's like Pokemon for planes, but it's great fun. Available on the Google Plane Store, so you can check that out now. And remember, of course, our Contrail Store, our discount code, where you can save yourself money on your entire shopping basket. Check that out as well. And if you want to purchase Larnaca Airport from Inibuilds, link in the video description down below for Inibuilds. That is an affiliate link as well, so it does help support the channel if you use that. Big thank you to all of you who do that. So until our next flight, then I hope you all have a great evening. Our next flight, quite possibly, will be to another Inibuilds destination, and that will be London City. Good night, everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye.